Yo guys, welcome back to my channel, Training with GT. Today, I'm training biceps and back, and we're going to be exploring a different rest technique. So stay tuned, watch the whole video, subscribe to this channel, watch my other videos, share this shit, and it's going to be a blast. Get it? Like I said guys, welcome back to the channel, Training with GT, and that workout, that was my back and bicep workout. So what you're seeing now is me warming up. Why I decided to do the rowing machine for warm up is because it incorporates my upper body and relevant muscles. During this podcast, I'll be featuring with my man Tavin. So Tavin, introduce yourself.
I'm Tavin. I'm just going to be giving a bit of insight. Let's get into it.
So as mentioned in the introduction, in this video or in this session we're exploring Intra-Set rest intervals in resistance training programs. So as you see, I'm doing deadlifts as a warm-up. That was 60 kilos for a 15 rep warm-up. I usually do 2 sets of that just to get my blood flowing, to get my technique right, and to get the movement flowing.
Yeah, like it serves a really good purpose to get the whole body warmed up and ready for a full-blown workout. And back to the main topic about Intra-Set rest training intervals. Most programs are designed to stimulate the most muscle growth, so muscle hypertrophy, and this is mainly based on like your chemicals in your bloodstream after the exercise. So it's like how it gets stimulated. So as you can see here, he's doing his second set, I believe. Then he jumps into a minute rest to just get that, blood rushing through the muscle, get that stretch before he goes into this next set.
Just on a quick note, when you pick up weights, make sure you bend your legs to prevent back injury. Because you may think it's light, I can do it, but the more you think it's light and the more you pick it up incorrectly, the more you're constantly straining your back or your hamstring. Yeah. So just be wary of that.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's really neglected unless you're actually doing the workout, but it's just good practice all throughout. So most of these training programs that are like given out online by other physios, they mainly talk about having a 30 to 60 second rest in between your sets, in between your sets. But that only gives you a spike in GH, your growth hormone. But we're going to talk about this further along the lines where it doesn't really affect the post-exercise. We're going to delve deep into that. But as you can see here, he's taking his 1 minute to 2 minute rest. You can see he's enjoying his music.
Make sure you stay hydrated, especially with squats, deadlifts, and bench press.
Yeah.
Because if you're not careful with those compound movements, they will have you collapsing, they will have you fainting, and they will have you in a different world. So always prepare yourself mentally before attempting them. As you can see with this particular deadlift I was doing, I actually prepared myself and I gave up, not because I'm weak, but because I'm trying to prevent injury. Yeah. But in my second set, I was more prepared. Longer rest periods of 2 to 3 minutes of being employed for heavily loaded core exercises of advanced trainees really do benefit muscle hypertrophy and muscle growth.
So if we look at the American College of Sports Medicine, they recommending 1 to 2 minutes for like interval breaks in between sets. They mainly recommend this for people just getting into like working out. But it doesn't mean if you've been doing it for years, you don't employ the same rest periods. But as you can see, he's taking heavier weights, like pushing for higher loads, so you can then take a longer break because ultimately it's about getting that work in. So just getting a long rest period, 2 to 3 minutes to 5 minutes.
So as you can see here, again, I'm taking my time, stretching, making sure I'm mentally prepared, physically prepared, because they may seem like light weights for other people, but it's really about your own personal development and what you can do. So that there for me was a lot of weight, and that's why I was only able of doing 1 rep. Over here, the same thing. I'm preparing myself mentally, I'm preparing myself physically, but ultimately I do fail, and I'm content with that failure because I'm not content with an injury.
Yeah.
Therefore, I will hit it at a time where the bar actually comes up at least.
At least you're getting, like, setting the mark of, like, where you're comfortable lifting, and it's a matter of not, like they say, push your boundaries every day, but you gotta understand that if you do that every day, you end up breaking down. It's like using a machine every day. If you use that same drill at high capacity, it's gonna die. You gotta know where the limits are and get that progress nice and easy.
So this here is Ria, who kindly agreed to collab with us midway through the workout. We will be doing a much better collaboration with her in future. It's just this one was a bit unexpected and untimely. However, it's important to have a workout partner because remember, training or working out is not sexist. It's for everyone and it's for everyone to enjoy. Though we may have different goals or different strength thresholds, that doesn't limit us from enjoying a good workout session together.
Yeah, one of the main benefits of having a partner is, so let's say you want to keep your rest periods timed and make sure that you're not going too quick or too slow, just getting, if you're trying to maintain a certain range, that's really beneficial. And also that, moral support, like getting external feedback to just keep you going.
So another study found the 5-minute rest interval group significantly increased its maximal isometric force, whereas the 2-minute rest interval group did not reach statistical significance. This is because it also has to do with a lot of your emotional preparation and a lot of your physical preparation. So what I mean by that is if you do a set and you immediately attempt it again, your body's not physically prepared for what it's about to undertake. But if you prepare yourself in due time, your body will be prepared to undergo the next set efficiently.
Yeah, it's one of those, it's like if you think of it as by you, let's say, curling on your bicep curls, you're getting a lot of blood rushing there, but it's not going to efficiently move through the muscle group and flush out the toxins if you're going to go back and work out again. So giving that break to flush out so you can still hit the same rep range and get that workload in.
Just on the note of rep range and rest intervals, you would most probably take a long rest to ensure you achieve your set rep range. So as you can see with these deadlifts, I'm not taking a very long break because I'm still getting the work in. So I'm still getting the amount of reps I've targeted at the same time doing it with less rest intervals.
Because ultimately it's about getting them hours in. So just to rehash real quick, there was a study done with 12 untrained males. So this is basically newbies into the sport. That's the way he was referencing the 1 to 2 minutes of short rest period and the longer rest period. They discovered that the trends leaned towards getting a larger muscle cross-section area or just a larger bulk of the muscle from their training if you had a longer training period, which I guess if you're watching this channel, you're probably into bodybuilding and you want to optimize those things, so you want to get at least more rest period. But then again, you also need to get that workout in. You can't just be resting for 20 minutes and being on your phone, as I see some people in the gym these days.
It's jaw day, not back day.
Yes. Nice. Oh, we can see that muscular development in them back and them shoulders. It's pretty good work you got going there, bro.
Some light work. But just on the note of training your back, it's very important to ensure you feel the contraction, especially with deadlifts and with your pull downs. Any form of pull down. If you consider chin ups or pull ups as a form of pull down, you need to be able to feel the contraction in your back, and you need to be able to acknowledge where it is. Whereas it may be harder to feel that contraction in movements like the back row. You'll feel it more in your biceps, but with pull downs and with deadlifts, you feel your whole muscle tissue and your whole muscle fiber struggle because of the lactic overload. Therefore, resting is very important.
Yeah.
Very important.
So I guess we can just wrap this up in just in conclusion that having longer rest periods might benefit muscle growth, but then ultimately it's only to benefit muscle growth if you're taking in a higher total amount of work. So if you're doing a lot of rest and not a lot of work, it's not really going to benefit you. But if you're getting a decent amount of rest and a whole lot of weights in, like a whole lot of work in, then you get that progress, as you can see in this guy going.
If you like my shoes, hit the like button. If you dislike my shirt, my singlet, hit the dislike button. Subscribe to the channel for more videos and comment for what you want to see next and what you hope this channel will bring in future. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your day, morning or evening. And I said that in chronological order. Deuces. Subscribe to this channel, like this video, and share this video.